Alright, everybody, welcome back to Wrestling Rants and Reviews. I'm Big Mike, and this is another day in wrestling history. That's right, wrestling history for June the 23rd. There's no tidbits of useless information, as I like to call it. Just going to jump into the events. And there is a couple of events that were held on this day, and of course, we got the title changes, etc. So, again, welcome back to Wrestling Rants and Reviews, and this is your day in wrestling history for June the 23rd. Events that were held on this day in 1994, we see WCW Clash of the Champions 27, which was held in North Charleston, South Carolina. We see Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan defeat the Nasty Boys to retain the WCW World Tag Team titles. We also see Steven Regal beat Larry Zbyszko to win the WCW television title. Johnny B. Bad defeats Steve Austin by DQ. Austin gets to retain the title, which was the United States Tag Team, or United States title. Ric Flair defeats Sting to unify the WCW World title and the WCW International World title. The big gold belt is now referred to as the WCW World title and would remain that way until the promotion ends in 2001. In 1996, WWF King of the Ring was the first King of the Ring not to feature the quarterfinal matches. It was also the event that featured the famed Austin 316 speech, leading to the creation of the Stone Cold Steve Austin character. This event was also held in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Some of the matches on that show were the Smoking Guns, Billy and Bart defeating the Godwins to retain the WWF Tag Team titles, the Ultimate Warrior defeating Jerry Lawler, Mankind defeats The Undertaker by TKO, Taker passed out while in the Mandible Claw, Ahmed Johnson defeats Goldust to win the WWF Intercontinental title, Steve Austin wins the King of the Ring, defeating Jake Roberts in the final, and Shawn Michaels defeats the British Bulldog with Mr. Perfect as special guest enforcer to retain the WWF title. In 2002, we got another King of the Ring, which was held in Columbus, Ohio. We see Jamie Noble defeat the Hurricane to win the WWE Cruiserweight title. Molly Holly defeats Trish Stratus to win the WWE Women's title. Kurt Angle defeats Hulk Hogan. Brock Lesnar wins the King of the Ring tournament, defeating Rob Van Dam in the final. And The Undertaker defeats Triple H to retain the WWE Undisputed title. Moving on, title changes for this day in wrestling history. Not the ones that were just mentioned, but these are the ones because the ones that were just mentioned don't need to be mentioned again, obviously. 1972, we see Billy Ray Lyons defeat the Spoiler. There we go, the Spoiler. That's a weird guy. That's your favorite wrestler next to Antonio Inoki. And the Billy Ray Lyons defeats the Spoiler to win the WCCW American Heavyweight title. 1980, Mr. Haito and Mr. Sakurada defeat Jose Lothario and Tiger Conway Jr. to win the WCCW American Tag Team titles. Excuse me, I need a drink. I need a drink a little drinky poo. 1982, Ted DiBiase defeats Junkyard Dog to win the Mid-South Wrestling North American title. 1984, Gino Hernandez, replacing Kerry Von Erich, who was injured, defeats Ric Flair in the final of the tournament to win the vacant Texas heavyweight title. 1989, the Stud Stable, Robert Fuller and Brian Lee defeat Jeff Jarrett and Mills Maskers to win the WCCW World Tag Team titles. And moving on, the last but not least, in 1992, the Super Destroyers, AJ Petrucci and Doug Stahl, won a tournament to become the first ECW Tag Team Champion. And in memoriam today, there is no birthdays, unless there's one of you guys out there, or gals, having one in the YWC or the YouTube land. If you're having one, happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to you. Hopefully you have a great year or day ahead of you. In memoriam on this day in 2006, the wrestling world lost one half of the first ever WWF World Tag Team Champions. Crazy Luke Graham at the age of 66. Graham succumbed to congestive heart failure, having had a pacemaker for the last stage of his life. So there you have it, fan. That's today in wrestling history. And, man, did I fumble through that or what? I'm not going to do another take either, because that's what happens. One take, fuck it. If I sound like I'm fucked up or fucking half drunk or half asleep, well, it's because I am. Well, I don't know about being half drunk, but I like to get this shit out of the way first thing in the morning. And, then I don't know. So I do the fucking video for the wrestling history as soon as I get out of fucking bed. My brain hasn't fucking fully functioned yet. So sometimes if I sound like I just got slapped in the head with a fucking frying pan, nah, it's not because fucking Reggie Taylor was hanging around my house. It's just because I just woke the fuck up. But anyways, that's me for Wrestling Rants Reviews. I am Big Mike, and I'll catch you on the flip side.